Hello everybody, welcome to Baby Reviews, welcome to our little hotel room in Paso Robles. We're on the way to the airport, and once again, in typical fashion, we probably bought too much beer, so we're going to have a few tonight to lighten the suitcase loads, to say the least. The first one, this is a really humongous thank you to the guys at Alesmith. Bill Batten gave me this one in particular. This was fresh from bottling, literally the day before. This is Alesmith's My Bloody Valentine Ale. They're kind of antithesis to Valentine's Day, obviously. It's based on their Halloween beer, the Dead Red Ale, which is a very hoppy. So the Evil Dead Red Ale, even, which was their Halloween beer, and obviously some kind of red IPA. So it's going to be pretty hoppy, I would imagine. Oi, can't fill it off. Oh wow, whew. Yeah, you can smell it. You can definitely smell it, and it is indeed that lovely kind of burnt amber colour. Almost kind of brown actually, but it's on that deep ruby, I suppose. Lovely head on that as well. Nice kind of off-white khaki colour. Lots of it, and it's lacing really beautifully as well. I can already smell it, but might as well go in there and give it a good old sniff. Clocks in at 6.66% by the way, so kind of merges in with the evil sort of thing. I like beers like this. It's absolutely pungently aromatic. If there is not citra in this, I will eat my words. But it's got that really hefty mango mum note. Lots of tropical lots of tropical notes to it. It's pretty dank as well. I expect nothing less from an IPA from Alesmith. Their standard IPA is cracking. So cheers everyone. Let's give it a try. Okay, it's a fair bit more subtle on the palate. There's a lot more crystalline caramel flavour, kind of that toffee sweetness. But it merges really well with those tropical fruit notes, that kind of sweetness. It's not particularly bitter at the back end, so it all kind of merges into one nice, long, big, smooth beer. Actually, it's not as it's humongously aromatic, but it's not particularly bitter or particularly hoppy. It's slightly more balanced. But I do like that. There's tons of hop flavour in there, tons of malt flavour. You could drink that really easily. That's really cool. So moving on from one extreme to another, want to go for a triple IPA. We know we've had Knee Deep before on our little show. I think they had the triple Sintra. So this is different. This is a Hopperillo, which I'm assuming is all Amarillo. Although I couldn't tell you off the top of my head. Sorry, it's Mosaic, Amarillo and Citra Triple IPA, clocking in at a wonderful 11.1%, so it's pretty strong. Crack this one open and see. I remember absolutely adoring the Citra, thinking it was absolutely fantastic, so I'd imagine this one will be very similar. Excuse me for using the same glass. And what we have here is far paler, of course. It's more of a kind of burnished kind of copper. Still a nice amount of head and a good amount of lacing on it as well. I can already smell this one too. Two very aromatic beers. So yeah, this one's as dank. This one's as dank as you'll ever get. Wow, wow. Extremely piney. I mean, this must be Amarillo heavy on the dry hopping, I would imagine. I'm not getting a huge amount of the kind of mosaic berryness. I'm going to be the kind of citra fustiness that I sometimes get from it. Sometimes think it's a bit catty. But this one is absolutely as dank as anything that I'd ever smelled ever. It really is. Can't really smell the alcohol in it. But hey ho, cheers everyone, let's give it a try. Well, you can taste the alcohol though. So again, it's relatively balanced, but in a more extreme sense. There is certainly some sweetness at the beginning, a sort of biscuity, maybe slightly nutty malt character that gets quite sweet, and then it really dries up, and there's loads of catty, very dank flavoured hops in there. It kind of sweetens a bit towards the end, and you get a bit more of the kind of grapefruity, citrusy note at the back end. It isn't too bitter again. You do feel the booze. There's a bit of warmth on the back of the palate, and I'm sure that's probably what's helped sweetening it up a bit as well. It doesn't strike me or wow me as much as I remember the Simtra did. I really went nuts on that. Whoa, this is amazing. sort of thing, but it's still a really good triple IPA. So there you go, the My Bloody Valentine by Alesmith. That's a really nice sessionable little beer, to be honest. Sessionable in American terms, I might add at 6.6. Nice and balanced, good flavours in there, cannot fault it at all. I'm going to give that a nice 8.5, it's pretty good. And I might go for an 8 with the Hoppier Mojo. We've had a triple IPA the other day that was absolutely outstanding, and comparing that to the Cellar Maker one, this to the Cellar Maker one I should say, it's not as good. I'm comparing it to the Triple Sintra. I prefer that one more than I do this one. It's super, super, super dank. If you want to try what dank is and why we say dank and it smells like weed, try that, because it really does. So there you go. Please like, favourite, comment and subscribe. And from my hotel room in Paso Robles, cheers everyone.